Hello, welcome to Love, Drama, and Deceit. I'm going to do a recap of Young and Restless. Today on Young and Restless, Phyllis was at the Jazz Lounge waiting on Daniel to come and eat breakfast. As she was waiting, Billy walked in. So she asked Billy to sit down. Billy really didn't want to. He said he came in to exercise before he go to work. And he told her, if you want to talk about Daniel coming back to work, at Abbott Communications, he didn't want to hear it because Daniel already made his decision of what he's going to do. He don't want to come back. He needs to find his footing. He's grieving with his, over his wife. But Phyllis continued to say, well, listen, wanted Billy to listen. And Billy said he didn't want to really talk about it because she told him that, he told her that Daniel is not trying to get away from Abbott Communication. He's trying to get away from her because she won't leave him alone and let him grieve in the way that he needs to grieve. She's always in his face wanting him to come back to work. But he's not ready yet. So Billy sat down and he talked to her and he tried to explain that to her. But she kept going on and on and on that wanted him to help her to talk Daniel into coming back to work. But Billy said he didn't want to do it. Daniel is his own man. If he wanted to do it, he'll come back on his own. So she kept on and on and on. Billy got angry and he said he fired her. He fired Phyllis because he said he didn't want to deal with it anymore because Daniel do not want to come back and he's not going to make him come back. And if he don't want to come back, then it's not for him. So he told Phyllis she would take some time out to get herself together because Phyllis is still having issues from when she was kidnapped. So that's what he was trying to tell her, to take some time for herself to get herself together and get over her situation, what she done been through. But she wasn't trying to hear it. So Billy finally got up and just walked away. And told her, he just got up and walked away and left Phyllis sitting there. She was still waiting on Daniel to come, but she called Daniel. Daniel said he was with a friend. A friend was trying to help him to get over, find his footing and to help him through his grieving process. And she asked him who the friend was, and he wouldn't tell her. Okay, then they go to Phyllis and Sally and Audrey was jogging in the park. They met each other in the park. I don't know if they run together, but they were there together. So Audrey tried to talk Sally into going to working for Billy just so she can get rid of Phyllis. Because Sally keeps saying Phyllis is toxic. And Sally asked her about Holden. Asked her what was really going on between her and Holden. And she said there was nothing. And she told her about Lily was getting on her about the same thing, asking her what's really going on with Holden. But Audrey keeps denying that there's something going on between her and Holden. But there is something going on there. I mean, there's more went on between them two than she's admitting to, because Holden already admitted it without realizing what he was saying. But, he can't stop looking at her, and she really can't stop looking at him. So that's what Sally was trying to tell her. She can let her know whenever you're ready to talk about it, then, I'm here to listen. But she kept trying to talk Sally into going to work for Billy at the communication. Sally just said she didn't want to. Fashion is her thing. But Audrey kept pressing on it and pressing on it. So Sally left. They both left, and Sally went to the jazz club, and she ran into Billy, and she told Billy, pretty much told Billy that she wanted to join him at Abbott Communications. And it's kind of like in shock, you know. Then you got Myra and Tessa. Myra just come back off of the trip. I thought she went with Nick and Sharon, but I guess she didn't. I thought so. But she come back. She was acting different, like she had something to hide. Tessa kept asking what was wrong with her. She kept hugging Tessa and wouldn't let her go. Like, I don't know. She's acting kind of strange, and Tessa kept asking her, but she never would tell her. She just said that she wanted to see her and Aria before she went to the office. So Tessa asked her again, and she said they would talk later. And she still said there was nothing wrong, but she was acting kind of different. Okay, so Phyllis went to go find Daniel. She went to Crimson Lights. That's where Daniel was. She saw his coat sitting at the table where Tessa was, and she asked Tessa, was Daniel here? She said, that's his jacket. And Tessa said, yeah, Daniel was here. And she said, so you were the friend? She said, yeah, I'm the friend that's trying to help him break through his grief. And so she gave Tessa, Phyllis gave Tessa a hug and thanked her for being there for Daniel. Yeah, thanked her for being there for Daniel. And Phyllis left. And they showed Phyllis in the park, and she started crying. You know, she was just sitting there. She's all alone. She really don't have anybody because Nick is out of town with Sharon. So she's just gonna have to try and figure it out on her own. And Daniel, once Phyllis got in touch with Daniel, he told him that Billy fired her. So Daniel tracked Billy down and tried to get Billy to hire Phyllis back. But Billy was not budging. He said Phyllis needs some time to herself. And Daniel said you didn't have to fire her because I quit. He told her no, it wasn't because of you, it was because of Phyllis. And that's pretty much right because Phyllis is she's coming unglued. She needs to talk to somebody. I think she needs some medication herself. She's in the park having a panic attack. But Daniel could not convince Billy to hire Phyllis back. And Billy left, told him no, he wasn't going to do it because Phyllis needs some time to rest. But he said in the future, once she got herself together, he would bring her back on if she get her mindset right because she's dealing with a lot after being kidnapped and stuff. Yeah, and so Billy is right. Phyllis is really going through something. She has nobody else. I don't know where Summer is, and Daniel trying to keep his distance because she's trying to fix Daniel when she needs to fix herself. And so he got Tessa trying to help him find his footing. And Jack had told him if he was going to get rid of Phyllis, he needed to do it now because he's before the launch because he got a lot riding on that. So I don't know if he replace Phyllis with Sally or not. So tomorrow, I guess we'll find out if Billy gonna replace Sally, replace Phyllis with Sally. So we're gonna see until tomorrow. Uh, today's Bold and the Beautiful. You had Eric and Ridge talking about the showstopper, and Ridge asked Eric why did he do that because he said he told him that he moved too fast, that he know he belonged with Brooke, and he told him you you talk about breaking Taylor's heart. He said he done put Taylor through a lot and broke her heart, and Eric told him what you think about Brooke. You left Brooke, you moved in with my house and moved Taylor right in. So how you think Brooke feels? And he said that, I'm with somebody else now, but eventually he's going to end up back with Brooke because he can't quit thinking about her. And that's all he was doing the whole day today on the show, thinking about Brooke. But, and Taylor already sensed that something's not right, but Ridge is trying to reassure her that everything is good, he's still loving, everything is copacetic, but it's not because he was sitting there thinking about Brooke as Taylor was walking in the room. So he told Taylor he had to go to work. Steffi came, and she could see the disbelief in Taylor's eyes. She was worried, and she is worried because I saw it myself that Ridge and Brooke's going to get back together, and they are. I mean, he could keep denying it if he wants to, but that's his slogan and his destiny, as they call each other. And not Zendaya, Carter and Daphne was in the office together. Daphne was talking to Carter, asking what he's thinking about Hope, and he told her forget about Hope and focus on what's in front of him. And so Daphne tried to kiss him. Carter backed up. He didn't want to kiss her. Zendaya was standing in the door, watching the both of them. And so when Zendaya walked in, Carter walks out, and Zendaya asked Daphne, said, "Did you try to kiss Carter?" And she told him yes. And so they start talking about the reason she came there, that Steffi had her to come there to convince Carter to give the company back. In other words, she used Daphne to get to Carter to get him to give the company back. But then they say they can't never say anything to Carter about that because he wouldn't like the fact that she came there under false pretenses. She did come there to do the perfume, she did do that, but that wasn't her main reason for coming there. Her main reason for coming there was to break it, to get him to give Rizwan the company back. And while Zende and Daphne was standing there talking about that, Katie was back there listening. And after Zende walked out, Katie walks in and will start talking about the perfume and like it's an aphrodisiac. You bringing this perfume here to kind of, capture people's mind and stuff like that. But she didn't get into what Zende and Carter talked. I mean, Zende and Daphne and Zende got talked about. She hadn't got into that yet. So until tomorrow, we're gonna see what Katie has to say. Is Katie gonna tell Daphne about what she heard between her and Zende, and if she's gonna tell Carter about what actually happened and why she came there, and that she came there under false pretenses, because Carter's not gonna like that. She's not gonna like the fact that she came there under false pretenses and come there actually to break up him and Hope and to get the company back. So he's gonna send a packet anyway. He's not feeling her anyway because she tried to kiss him and he walked away. So